All right, so in this video, I want to first we're going to turn this into an overlay so we can see how it, trends up here. It's not too hard to do, but I'll actually show you guys some code this time because, hey, what about that? And then we can turn this into an oscillator so you can see what that looks like. Again, I'm just messing around here with these values. I thought this was interesting when I started doing conversion values and seeing that there's a discrepancy. I got curious as to where it came from. Is it fees? Is it slippage? What is it? How does it hold at different time frames? Is there a substantial difference even down to the microsecond? Or like over here, these exchanges are only reporting in seconds, and you can see there's multiple trades per second. Are there multiple trades per microsecond? Yes, there is. Does the price change even inside of 1 microsecond? Yes, it does, and it can. And so I just wanted to explore that basically. Yeah, this is just a thought. So anybody with some mathematical experience or just some practical experience that you can tell that, yeah, it looks like spaghetti, you might as well try something else. I'm not opposed to that because yeah, there's a whole world out there. So anyway, let's see if I've made spaghetti or something cool, and we'll add this as an overlay. Why don't we take a look at the Pine editor? You can get to that by clicking right here. And let's see, I will squish this down so you can see the entire thing. Okay, start up back at the top. I want to do a quick shout out because I would not have been able to figure nearly any of this out without the help of David over here at BigBits. Watched his videos. He's got a fantastic tutorial. And it's really helping out for learning PineScript in case you're interested in building something like this for TradingView, because we're looking at these charts quite a bit. We might as well explore what's going on, especially if you're into programming and some math. So thanks to him for helping me out with this. So all we did here was I used this security to import prices from other markets. This I am actually currently not using as the indicator is right now, so we can go ahead and comment that out. But yeah, here you have SASB. I'm importing, for example, the price of Ethereum in USD and in Bitcoin using this. And then when I plot this, you can see SA is FUSD, SB is FBTC. Come down here to the plot, you'll see SA and SB are being divided, and that's what I'm actually plotting that gives us this red line. And it's using, as you can see here, the closing value. So it's taking the close of whatever time frame you're on, and it's dividing it and then plotting it. And when you divide the markets, like we've talked about, of any of the alts, the 2 markets, you'll get a price Bitcoin. And I did that for the top 4 here. And just basically copy and pasting, the same thing over and over again, and then filling in different values, making sure that I'm dividing the right stuff. The PineScript documentation is actually pretty good, and so I just was like, okay, looked up plot and went down the line, figured out how to do that, and then plot, one of the things you can pass in is color, and if you hover over plot right here, you can see plot, and then you put in series, title, color, line width, style, all that stuff. It's fantastic. So I put in some little comments in here just so I could tell them apart. And now there's 2 ways we can do this, but one of the ways I'm sure everybody knows is that you can click on this, you can just drag this up here. But if we wanted to make this an overlay, basically what we would do is right here after the title, we're going to do overlay equals true. And let's save this as no oscillation copy. We're going to save this as overlay is true. And we'll save that. Now, since it's already up here, it's not going to update automatically. So what we can do is we can close it, and then we can add it to chart again. And you'll see it popped up here. It does take it a little while to do the math because it's doing quite a bit of math. And there it is. So now that we have that, we can even, let's see if we can hide this like that. We can take a look here. We're getting these derived prices. It just kind of looks like spaghetti. so far at the minute. I can't really see much pattern. Maybe that's because we have too many lines going on, but at least you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And if we zoom out, we can see that Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash tend to do the most flipping, while XRP and Ethereum tend to stay towards the center. And you know, it's only a matter of time before you scroll back and everything you saw up here is not true here. So let's see, moving through here. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash does some weird stuff, but this is the minute time frame. Why don't we go to an hour and see if that tells any kind of different story? Like we saw in the previous video, the higher up the time frame you go, the more that these closing values that are using to be calculated, they start to smooth out the lines. Well, geez, this looks pretty jagged though, doesn't it? Wow. Almost looks like Bollinger Bands, but just like the nightmarish version. Let's see if we can... Oh yeah, Bollinger Bands. Let's try that. Not really telling me a story. Let's go all the way out to the day. Yeah, so at the day we're getting really smooth, and you can see that they're all we can turn off Bollinger Bands now. They're all kind of passing through the close value because that's where they're being calculated. So yeah, that's interesting. This is interesting when it comes down and then goes to the top. I saw Litecoin do that somewhere else too when I was looking at this earlier. So anyway, that's what an overlay looks like. Why don't we go back to Pine Editor and let's turn this into an oscillator. And the way I decided to do that was, let me see, let's go back over here. We talked about this. So the first video we did that. Second video right now we're doing this thing. Overlay it, see what that looks like. So yeah, I don't see too much pattern quite yet, but that can change. So let's go and change this into an oscillator.